EncaFire recently reached out to me and asked if I would do a review on their E90 Extreme High Performance headphones. I of course said absolutely. They must have seen my video on my AirPod Pros and if they're still worth the value today. These ones sure look and feel very similar to the AirPod Pros. So let's take a look. So if you're an Apple user, you have an iPhone, and you want to use your AirPod Pros with your Mac and all that, it's going to be hard to beat that experience. That's what Apple shines on. But EncaFire tries their best, and for the value at around $30, I believe, it's pretty incredible what they can come out with. Now, they come with the USB-C charge port for the bottom of this, and it also includes some headphone replacement nubs depending on the size of your ear. Now, I will say that these did fit my ear a little better than the AirPod Pros and did not feel like they were going to ever fall out. I was able to really find the right earpiece for the AirPod Pros, but these ones, I'll set that aside, these ones seem to just fit right out of the box and not really fall out. Now, speaking of the box, or case I should say, one thing that drove me crazy was the size and everything feels great, and it doesn't seem to slip out of your hand at all, maybe because there's a little more texture to it or a little more sides to it, edges to it than the AirPod Pros. But one thing that drove me crazy was when you open this up and you go to take them out, you have to flip it around in your hand and then put it in your ear. Okay, so let me show you this again. It just feels so weird. So you grab it, flip it around, and then put it in your ear. Grab it, and I can't just do this. You got to flip it around and then put it in your ear. Like, why does it do that? Is that a copyright issue? I'm not sure, but it's just the little things that Apple does that the user experience is just top notch. Another great thing is that these are USB-C chargeable, and you can actually charge the headphones 5 different times, which is fantastic because they also have 8 hours of playtime. So you're going to get a lot of playtime out of this. Now, is it probably going to last you for 40 hours? Probably not exactly, but I can tell you I use these off and on for the last couple weeks, kind of jumping back and forth between my AirPod Pros and these and testing them out, comparing them, and I gotta say, they've lasted me a long time for battery life. I do charge them up just to kind of get that experience, but I never ran out of battery. Now, they do use Bluetooth 5.0, which helps with that battery life, and it also has a Qualcomm chip, again, just to kind of enhance that experience. Now, I will say they do sound a little bass heavy to me, especially coming from the AirPod Pros. Definitely way more punchy. The audio quality of talking to someone on the phone, or like if you're listening to hip hop or rap, the bass overpowers the voice just a little bit. Coming back to user experience, one thing I don't like is I can't just put in the left ear. You have to only put in the right ear if you're going to put in one headphone. Okay, this one connects first to your phone, and then they pair across to the left ear. I do like to wear only one headphone. That way I can still hear around me. This one, you're forced to only have the right ear if you're going to wear one headphone. Now, what about noise cancellation? This does a great job of sealing in your ear. There's no active noise cancellation like the AirPod Pros where it's constantly canceling stuff out, but it does do a great job of just creating that quiet environment with the seal and then the loud punchy bass and everything. It definitely tunes out the world. But I've gotten so used to the active noise cancellation, but also the transparency mode. I'll be honest, the thing I missed most when using these was the transparency mode. Now, that's maybe my personal setup, but I'm using it around the house. I'm listening to podcasts or YouTube videos usually, and I want to be able to maybe hear my family or my surroundings from time to time, right? Maybe I'm working on a project, but these ones, the only way to do that is to take out the left headphone because you can't take out the right, remember? So that's one thing I really missed, was the transparency mode of the AirPod Pros have really spoiled me. One thing that I was actually excited for, but ended up driving me crazy, was the fact that you can touch control stuff, right? So if you touch and hold your right ear, it can bring up the volume and you see it go up on your phone. If you touch and hold the left ear, it drops the volume. If you tap, it pauses. Now you do get some of that on the AirPod Pros with the squeezing, but this one I was excited to be able to just tap to touch, and it just seemed quicker, but it was super annoying. Okay. And anytime it would start to fall out, just out of habit, I'd push it in and then my music would pause. The features sometimes that sound super cool, maybe they've done the research and there's a reason they're not there. Now, when it comes to value, it's going to be really hard to beat these, I'll be honest. For $30 to $40, depending on, what coupons might be available at that moment, the battery life is insane. There's a few little quirks here and there, but they sound great especially if you like that bass sound, hip hop. Distance and range, I had no problem with. They seem to compete with the AirPod Pros. So, I gotta say, for the value, for the price, they seem to be fantastic headphones if you're looking for something like this. I hope this helped. Let me know what questions you have down below. I'm happy to answer every single one. Till next time, thanks for watching. See ya.